Hey guys, it's your girl Diva Star 213 and I'm back again with a new video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and join the team, y'all. So girls, I am doing a quick weave. This is the first time I've ever done a quick weave. I've been loving the styles and looks of the girlies doing the quick weave, so I decided to give it a try. I got on YouTube, YouTube University, and watched a couple videos and took a couple tips from each video and put them together and kind of came up with my own process. So right now I am parting out a middle part for my leave out. I didn't want to do a side part or anything like that because I just did not want to mess up. So I felt like a middle part would be the easiest method. So I do suffer from dandruff, so you will see that through the video, but don't mind that. We all have our own hair issues, and that's just one of mine, so don't judge me. Now, I did start this hairstyle at 9:30 at night, so I was being a little lazy. I should have just braided this down, but I was trying to do a flat twist, and it just was not working out. So go ahead and don't be lazy and just braid down that middle section. Also, when I blow dry my hair, it is very hard for my hair to stay braided. So you will see me add rubber bands at the end of each braid. Okay, so moving on to the sides of my hair, I did part out about an inch of hair on each side of my head because I wanted to be able to pull my hair back behind my ear and it not look crazy, have any tracks showing or the cap showing. So if you want to do that, I would suggest parting out about an inch of hair on each side and braiding that down. Now my edges look a little crazy because back in 2021, I decided I wanted to put a curly perm in my hair. Don't know what I was thinking there, but I did that. So that is why my edges look a little bit crazy. But anyways, moving on to the straight back braids that will go underneath the cap. I did not care about the parts or portions of hair. I just wanted to make sure that I had some braids that went straight back and they were flat. So I'm also going in and adding a little bit of hair moisturizer to my hair because my hair is just blow dried, and I wanted to make sure underneath the cap that my hair underneath that did have a little bit of moisture. So I would advise just adding a little bit of hair moisturizer there. But make sure you don't put too much because if your hair is oily or greasy, the protector may not stay under the cap. So just be mindful of that. And then I'm going back in and adding another rubber band to the ends of my hair. So again, I decided to just do straight backs because I felt like this was the easiest thing for me to do and add my moisturizer. And then I did notice that while I was braiding, I was kind of braiding in a loose braid pattern. I didn't want to braid the cornrows too tight because I feel like when you braid them really tight, they tend to get a little bulky. So the looser the pattern, the easier it is for the hair to lay flat, especially once you put the cap on. And again, going back in and adding the rubber bands at the end. So you'll just finish this process. Again, do whatever works best for you. If flat twist, if you can't braid, flat twist, or if your hair is shorter, slicking it down any way that will help lay your hair down in a flat kind of bedding, I guess, for the cap. I don't know the perfect terminology for it, so don't mind me. Then do that for yourself.
Good dude, I know you love me like cook food, even though a nigga gotta move like a crook move.
Whoa, so that is what we're looking like. But anyways, I am just going to fold those braids up and put this black stocking cap on. Oh my goodness, my head is so big, but you just see me tucking those braids in the back and pulling the cap down over my ears. Now, this looks good, in my opinion, so I go ahead and go in with some white eyeshadow and outline my leave out. That way, when I put the protector on, I kind of have a guide to see where or how far up I need to put the protector. Now, I saw a girl on YouTube cut little holes on the side for your ears to poke out, just like you would do for a lace front. I thought this was smart, so that when I put the protector on, I could get right behind my ears and it doesn't leave like this weird gap had I not done that. So I went back in and did the white eyeshadow again just to outline the front edges, and then I went in with the protector. Now, I thought this was going to smell weird, but it actually has an okay smell. It smells pretty good to put on your head. And this process was pretty easy to do. Now, at the beauty supply store, they did sell a larger bottle and a small bottle, but I purchased the small bottle. It was about $8. And I used the entire bottle for this process. I wanted to make sure my hair was protected and that the foundation for the tracks and the glue would be perfect, and I didn't get any glue on my hair. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I did not get any glue on my hair. I did get some glue on my hair, but I got very minimal glue, which was easy for me to remove. So do as many layers as you feel comfortable doing. And if you want to use the whole bottle like I did, girl, use that whole bottle, because I prefer you to be safe than sorry. This product also dries pretty fast, so work pretty quickly, and doesn't delay the process or the time to get this style done. Again, I started this hairstyle late at night, probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I needed to be up super early in the morning, so I was trying to work as quickly as possible, and this adhesive slash hair protector worked really well and dried really fast. And that is what we're looking like. So let's go in and cut the excess off. Now, I saw another girly on YouTube say cut the excess of the cap off before you actually put the tracks on. It just makes it easier. Having the hair all in your face, trying to cut the cap off will just make it difficult. So make it easier on yourself and go ahead and cut the excess cap off your head. Then you can kind of see what you're working with. Now, again, like I said, make sure you braid that top leave out because it was a little difficult for me to cut out. And I didn't cut the back of the cap off. I just cut a little bit of the excess off because really nobody's going to see that. And I just wanted to make sure that they would stay. Now, this is Indian straight unprocessed hair. I bought it from the beauty supply store, and it worked great. I'm also going in with the Proclaim hair glue. And so those are the products that I'll be using here. What you'll be doing is just measuring the weft of the track along the back of your head, cutting it, adding glue, and starting right at the nape of your neck, like literally right there at the back and at the bottom. Now, another girly described putting the wefts or the tracks on your head in a slight U shape. So that is what you'll see me do here, is adding the tracks kind of in a U shape, not dramatic, but in a slight U all the way up my head until I could no longer do U shapes anymore. So just repeat this process, measuring the weft, cutting it, adding glue, and placing it on your head, holding it for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then I went in on each row with my blow dryer just to make sure that the track would stay in place. Now, I tried to place my tracks close together, as close as I possibly could, because I had 3 bundles and I wanted to make sure I got as much hair in or on the foundation as I could, so that it would not look very thin. And I was a little afraid of that because this is beauty supply store hair, so I was not exactly sure how it would turn out, but it worked out just fine. So again, just repeating this process over and over, and you kind of get the picture. Also, don't be shy with that glue, girl. Like, add the glue on there. I know I went in and added that glue because I did not want the tracks to slip at all. I get hot-headed easily. Like, if I get hot, I usually get hot in my head, and what I did not want is to create like this heat thing underneath my head where the tracks decided that they wanted to lift or something like that. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I added enough hair and enough glue to make sure that this style turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Now, all of the products that you see here, I will try to list them in the description box below. If you do not see a product there, I did not intentionally leave that out, but I just wanted to make sure that I put the items that I could find, and the items that I could not find, I'm sure you could find something similar or a dupe or something that you prefer at your local beauty supply store. So again, check the description box below to find the products that I used, which wasn't really a lot. This hairstyle was really simple and easy to do, and I liked how it turned out, so I know I'll be repeating this style in the near future. Okay, now at this top portion, I could no longer do U shapes, so you'll see me just cut outside pieces of the track and glue those down on the sides. So once you can no longer do the U shapes anymore, which should get you all the way up to the top of your head, you'll just go ahead and cut sections of the track in straight pieces on the side, and you'll fill in those gaps. So you'll see me doing that here, just measuring on each side, cutting the wefts, adding a good amount of glue, and going in and adding the track down. Now you just see me here trying to feel how much of the cap I have left to cover. So just feel around with your hands, measure and cut the weft of the track, add your glue, and place the track down. Now in this section or portion of the top of your head, this is where you will probably get a little bit of glue on your head, because let's just be honest, the cap does not cover that top little small portion of your hair. So if you're okay with getting just a tad bit of glue on your hair, which you should be because this glue is easy to come out, then go ahead and add the glue all the way up, or add the track, if you will, all the way up to cover the cap, in which I did. I added one more layer of track on top just to cover the cap and make sure everything was kind of flat and laid down. So again, you will get a little bit of glue on your hair. This is not a glue-free hairstyle. Don't let anyone fool you of that. So yeah. Okay, so these last two tracks that I'm placing on the top of my head actually went on my scalp. So I wanted to make sure I covered the last little bit of the cap and have one layer of the track just actually on my scalp. So that is optional to you. I decided to do that because I just wanted it as flat as I possibly could. And so there we are. We have all of the tracks in the hair, baby girl. Yes, you did that, girl. So this is my first time, like I said, doing this, and look at that. Looks pretty good, pretty darn good. Now the only thing that I would change is that my hair is a dark brown, but this 1B looks just a tad bit lighter than my natural hair, so I may go in the next time I decide to purchase some hair and go in with black. But I did that, like, girl, I did that. So now I'm going in and just taking out the sides of my hair, and it's looking good. I don't care what anybody has to say. On my first try, baby girl, I did that. Kudos to me. Pats on the back. Do your damn thing. Okay, now it is time to go in and flat iron my hair, but girl, my hands and arms are so tired. Anyways, so I'm just parting the hair down the middle. And again, when I did my leave out, I wanted to make sure that the section that I left out was far back enough that I could do my middle part, but as well as have enough hair in the back to cover that back section of the track. So whenever you're doing your leave out, just make sure you do it deep enough that you can actually cover those tracks in the back, and you can just flat iron that backwards. Now I flat iron my hair on 410 to 380. I do not flat iron my hair on 450. Your hair does burn at 450, and honestly, if you just get a really good blow dry, if you blow dry your hair really good, you do not need a really hot flat iron. I don't care what anybody says. You know, again, I'm not a professional, but that's just what works for me. I don't even think you need a hot comb. But again, who am I? I am not a stylist. I am not a licensed cosmetologist. But I have found when doing my hair and flat ironing it, which I've been doing over the years, and I have not been to a salon, that works for me. So try it out for yourself. So I'm just going to finish this style out by flat ironing the leave out. Now off camera, I did put some heat protectant in my hair. You always want to make sure you are putting some type of heat protectant on your hair. Even if you do have a sew-in and a leave out, always protect your natural hair at any cost as much as you can. So make sure you do that. Again, flat ironing your hair between, even if it's not 410, maybe 420 or something like that. Just not 450 because your hair burns at that. So you just want to make sure you're protecting your hair. Now, I didn't get to style this look as much as I wanted to in this video because it was like 1 a.m. and I still needed to finish packing and wash my dishes and clean up a little bit before I had to get on the road at 5 a.m. to drive to North Carolina. It was my school's homecoming and I wanted to get there as early as I could. So But this was a pretty quick style. It took me a little longer than I guess some of the other girlies because this was my first time. But it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Now, like I said, the only other thing that I would probably change is trying to find a darker hair color. Now, I know my hair is naturally brown, but I just felt like this 1B was a little lighter than my natural hair color. So trying to find that the next time around will be what I look for. So yeah, it turned out perfect, y'all. I was really happy with this. It lasted the entire weekend just as I wanted it to. So I am very satisfied with this look. So try it out for yourself for sure.
Let the song cry. So I gotta let the song cry.
Now, I didn't go in and tell you the flat iron I'm using. I am using a flat iron by Chi. I did find this at my local Marshalls. You know, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get a high quality flat iron, even a blow dryer. Just go to your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls and you should be able to find one that is fairly inexpensive and works best for you. Now I'm cleaning up the leave out, making sure the part is straight, and then I am going to go in with a wax stick. Another girly on YouTube said use a wax stick to get the flyaways away, and it just looked better. I'm also going to cut some layers on the side. I do not know what I'm doing here. Do not judge me. Probably cut that all wrong, but I was just trying to cut a little bit of layers to shape my face, just to line up with my natural hair, and I feel like it turned out okay, especially after I curled it. It looked just fine. So do what you want with your hair once you have it in there. And if you want to trim the ends, I also trimmed the ends because the ends were looking a little sparse. I did do that as well. So again, style the hair how you like. I think the foundation is really what's most important when you're doing this hairstyle, because when the foundation is right, you really can't mess up anywhere else, okay? Look, I'm just a pro now, okay? You can't tell me nothing. Now, I'm just quickly running the flat iron through my hair. Again, I didn't get to style this look the way that I really wanted to, but I wanted to give you guys a little something in this video because it was late at night. Now, hairstyles like this, in my opinion, always look better the next day once you're able to put a scarf on and kind of mold down your leave out and lay that down with the product and the wax stick that you used on your head. Now look at that, it is just looking good. I'm so proud of myself. Now I'm going to go in with my wax stick. This wax stick is by Cantu, and if you know me, you've been an OG subscriber, you've been following me for a while, you know your girl loves Cantu products. It just works best for my hair. It's very moisturizing, so I could not pass up purchasing this wax stick. I already knew what I was getting myself into once I purchased it. Now, I also did go in with a little bit of edge control by EBIN and lay down those edges. I'm not much of a baby hair girl, but I felt like it would look good for this look, and so I went in a little bit with that. Again, when you put your scarf on and kind of lay everything down and mold it, it just comes together perfectly. So when I woke up in the morning and took my scarf off, that leave out was really flat. Them baby hairs were sitting, okay, baby? So it was looking good. You can run your flat iron over the top of it just to kind of melt that wax stick down. Now look at that, yo. Look at that. Proud of me. You better do that, girl, on your first try, looking like a baddie, okay? Period. Look at that. It looks good. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's giving natural, like it kind of grew out of my head minus the colors off, but you get the point, okay, girl? If I didn't persuade you to try this quick weave style on your own, you better try it out.